that if he's cleared, he's going to play. But will he be cleared? And this gets into the whole optics and PR and after Damar Hamlin, do you really want to put Tua Tagovailoa back on a football field and put him at risk of another head injury? We saw the very scary one in Cincinnati. We saw the issue against the Bills in week 3. Then we had that weird development on Christmas Day where his play suggested something was wrong, and the next day the coaching staff realized something was wrong and he went to the protocol. This is just one of those where you wonder whether or not someone is going to put their thumb on the scale at some point to say he shouldn't be cleared to play. This is just one of those where you wonder whether or not someone is going to put their thumb on the scale at some point to say he shouldn't be cleared to play.
Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa has still not been cleared for football activities. That, according to head coach Mike McDaniel. Dan, what's the game plan if Tua can't give it a go for Miami?
First of all, while I'm wearing fake glasses, I'm not a doctor. Tua shouldn't play. I just don't feel right. Even if he gets cleared, Tua shouldn't play. I just don't feel right. Even if he gets cleared.
ESPN just came out and completely lied. I mean, not even a little bit of a lie. I mean, completely lied about Tua's situation. This was on that show with Max, Keyshawn, the Hater, and Jay Will. And when I watched it, my head nearly exploded. How did nobody from the booth, the production booth at ESPN say, whoa, you're lying. Stop. Don't say this crap. Nobody did. They just let it play. When you see the lie that they told on ESPN, a major sports broadcasting network, where nobody pushed back, nobody in their ear said, hey, I think that stat might be wrong. It leads to the conspiracy theorist and all of us to go, this doesn't smell right. Something's not right about this. It hasn't been right for the last 3 weeks. And Tua not speaking, yes, thank you. He showed up in the tunnel, but he hasn't spoken. I'm going to address that as well. But just watch this and tell me if light bulbs don't go off in your head, or you're just going to say, hey, Barry, you're the conspiracy theorist, and you're just trying to make a story out of nothing, which is what a lot of people say. I'm not making a story out of nothing. I'm going to show you the story. I'm going to show you the evidence. I'm going to show you the proof that something isn't right. It's more of a conspiracy theory for you to look away, for you to say, no, there's nothing going on. So without further ado, let's take a look at this.
Tua's situation was sometimes when you see a fighter suffer an especially brutal knockout, their hands will get into like a weird position, but you could see they have gloves on. You could see his fingers splayed and everything. That was a horrifying moment. And it was 4 days after, obviously, some neurological event, clearly a concussion, and then another bad one. Key, I'm not letting Tua play again. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not letting him play this season. Would you? I'm not letting Tua play again. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not letting him play this season. Would you?
Oh, it's been 4 now, not 3 concussions?
Notice, Keyshawn Johnson, he knows the truth. He tries to bail ESPN and Max Kellerman out here. Somebody created that graphic. Some producer and graphic designer somewhere created that graphic. And Keyshawn, not realizing, hey, what's going on here? Keyshawn says, it's been 4 concussions? And he's giving him a chance right now to say, oh, the graphics guy messed up. No, there hasn't been 4 concussions. There's only been 2. 2. But no, they run with it. They run with the 4 concussion BS.
I just was reading the timeline there, and it had 4.
This season 4?
Yeah, it had week 5, week 6, week 17,
right.
and week 18 concussions.
Yep.
Hell no, he's not playing.
Hell no.
It's not even a conversation to even have if I'm Coach McDaniel. Hell no, he's not playing.
Hell no.
It's not even a conversation to even have if I'm Coach McDaniel.
But yet, even though he saw that it was an error, that somebody somewhere said there was 4 concussions, He ran with his script. No, it's not even a conversation. This isn't even something we're going to entertain. He doesn't play. Reminding you that neither Max Kellerman, Jay Williams, or Keyshawn have seen any medical reports. None. They've never examined Tua. They don't know what's going on, except for the fact of a fake news graphic going up and saying that he's had 4 concussions, which is not true.
At this point in time, as soon as the media asks me, is he cleared and ready to go? No, he's not cleared and he's not going. If he is cleared, it's not that important.
Even if he is cleared, it's not that important. What does I made a video this afternoon. I was going to be talking about medical clearance, and I had to take it down because of all the news today. But these people don't care about medical clearance. If you are cleared, if you are medically cleared by a doctor, that means you can play. These guys on ESPN and others like them are like, I don't care what the doctors say. I don't care what if he's cleared. He's not playing. It's out of the question. If they're willing to do this openly on television, on a national sports network, what do you think the back scenes were like with people calling Chris Greer and people putting pressure, given what happened on live television with DeMar? What kind of pressure do you think they were putting on the Dolphins to say, cut it, man. I don't care. We'll help you out some other way, but we can't even afford to see something like that happen again. They all seem to think that medical clearance doesn't matter. If we saw it with Florio, if we saw it with Chris Sims, if we see it with almost every person on different networks saying, nope, he can't play. I don't care what you say. La, 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 la. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I don't care what you guys have to say. I know my eyes said he's had 4 concussions, but he hasn't. No, that's just it. That's 4 concussions. Too bad. End of conversation. He's not playing. And of course, he's not playing. So what happened?
For us to go into a playoff game that we probably, I wouldn't say this as a coach, but I would say it's not important for us to go in a playoff game. It's more important for this young man's health, for him to get 100% healthy. Because
okay, so if you get medically cleared to go play a football game, are you not 100% healthy? What the hell are they talking about? You wouldn't be getting back on the field. You wouldn't be cleared if you're not deemed healthy. You guys have to, especially, you have to let that sink in. Stop with the Twitter insanity of what you think you saw and what you think a concussion is and what people are leading you to believe. Keyshawn doesn't even bring up the fact of his concussions. Nope, we're not going to talk about that. They're not going to talk about the guy in the Buffalo Bills who had six concussions. Matt Morris. They're not going to talk about that. They're not talking about anybody except Tua Tagovailoa. I don't know why. I don't have the answer. But it's obvious, and you can call me a conspiracy theorist all you want. This just doesn't smell right. Not at all.
even if he is cleared to play, now all of a sudden, he takes all the reps from the ones, so your backups don't really necessarily get the reps that they need to be ready to go.
If you're cleared to play, of course you would take the reps as the QB1. That wouldn't matter if you were wide receiver 1. That wouldn't matter if you were center 1. If I'm cleared to play, I'm going to take the reps as QB1. How does that argument even make any sense? He's like, well, if he's QB1, he's going to take the reps away from QB2. Well, that's how football is designed. QB2 sits with the clipboard and he's ready to go in in case QB1 goes down. But you don't say, you know what, I'm pretty sure QB1's going to go down, so I can't let him take all the reps. Okay, so QB2, we're going to split the reps because I know as a head coach, I'm supposed to make sure everything goes right, but now I'm going to start second guessing things. I'm not gonna let you take all the reps, because you know what? You could get hurt. And if you get hurt, then how my other quarterback going to play when he hasn't gotten any of the reps? There's not a single coach in the NFL or in college who runs their operation that way. If the medical team makes the clearance, that means you can go.
But when you have 4 in a season, there's not even a conversation about whether or not he should play if I'm the Miami Dolphins in the organization.
Not even this conversation. This is the kind of stuff that leads me to talk about there's something going on. It's not a conspiracy. I remember, 2 years ago, when you weren't allowed to have a conversation about something else. You're not even allowed to talk about it. You just got to do it. You got to do it for the benefit of others, but you got to do it. Don't even discuss it. You're going to get deleted off Twitter. La, 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 la. I don't want to hear your argument against it. That's how it is. As your parents used to say, don't do what I say. Don't do what I do what I say. You're going to go do this thing. And one of the things that's funny is we just went through a 2-year global medical experiment, pushed by the government, pushed by the media, pushed by Twitter. And now people are waking up and going, hey, and even right now, I can't talk about it, because if I talk and say the words, YouTube or somebody will swoop in and turn off the stream. But I think every single one of you right now knows what I'm talking about, where you couldn't even mention the word. No conversation. But I'd like to talk to some. Nope, you can't even discuss it. You're just going to do it. And now we're seeing this with Keyshawn Johnson and other people in the media. It's not even up for discussion. I'm a grown-ass man. What are you telling me I can't discuss it? What are you telling me, Keyshawn and other people? Hey, man, it's not even up for discussion. Wow, think about that. Why isn't it up for discussion? And you're telling me I don't even want to see it. I don't want to know about it. It's not even up for discussion. That's when things start getting scary. Am I a conspiracy theorist, or am I telling you exactly what he said, and you know what you lived through for the last 2 years? Some people made the decision, and some people didn't. Some people made the decision and did it, and did it, and did it again, and some people didn't. But you're told one of these groups of people couldn't even discuss options. There was no conversation to be had. He just said the exact same thing about Tua Tagovailoa. Not up for discussion. End of story. Shut up. Are you okay with that? Are you seriously telling me you're okay with that? If you're okay with that, go ahead and just log off, because that's not me. I'm a grown-ass man. If I see a question, I'm going to ask it, because I would have said, Keyshawn, are you sure he had 4 concussions? Okay, where's your evidence of that? Hey, Keyshawn, why can't we discuss this? Why are you trying to shut me down? Why are you trying to shut other people down? Why are you trying to shut Tua down? Why is Tua not allowed to speak? Aaron Rodgers is on Pat McAfee show every Tuesday. Blah, 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 blah. Jerry Jones got his own podcast. Blah, 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 blah. Tua, shut up.
If I were the league, I would step in and just reprimand and say, there's no way in hell he's playing. If I were the league, I would step in and just reprimand and say, there's no way in hell he's playing.
Is anybody catching on to this Barry guy?